people will treat your finances of your company like they treat theirs. So if they got late bills are all right with you. Not much said right now. And you have to be careful, once again, to begin to assess and assimilate the true clarity of how you have people disciplined. You got to set it up and say, listen, this is the way we do it, this is how we work, and this is the process, and this is the system. And you have to put it into it. Our business is so expansive in many different layers on our areas. We can't just do with 2 or 3 checking accounts. With all the things that God has entrusted me with in all the areas, I have 38 bank accounts. Because I got to manage resources differently. I got to make sure that things go into places that are not touched for various periods of time so they don't get commingled. These are disciplines. Look at somebody, say disciplines. You got to make sure that when certain things come in, they're earmarked for that, and it goes for that. Because one of the things I'm going to teach you right now, there's a priceless statement I'm going to give you right now. I'm going to give it to you right now. When you ask God to bless you in the area of your business, make sure that you can account when it does come in, and make sure you manage it so it can bless that area. And if you don't set up the structure and you only have one checking account and you're sitting there trying to manage your online, you're going to try to manage your inventory sales, you got to try to manage this, you got to try to, and sometimes you can do that when you're in a small infancy stage. But you got to look at the fact that when you start doing online sales and you have to start having reproduction inventory management, in other words, the money that comes in to do the product, you have to get money to reproduce the product. Now, how are you going to get that money in there? How are you going to share that? How are you going to statistically, remember the beginning of this, statistically analyze how much out of that profit margin are you supposed to take back to make sure you still have the same inventory so that you can keep your business running a week from now? Are y'all with me now? And it's critical that the disciplines are there. And if you don't have the disciplines and those that are around you may lack it and you have it, you're going to suffer when they don't know. And if they are riding on, and this is the reason why I say it, critical people that are around you in business aspects have to have the performer, have to have the ability to look broad and high and deep so that they can gather all the alignment that you need and look down the trends and say certain things. And if they look at business opportunities and say, listen, if we don't release this, so forth and so on, we will not have a great February. We won't have a great March. We won't have a great April. There are certain things that have to be on the stocks of that's sitting there for Christmas in August. Y'all didn't say nothing. Inventory has to be in certain warehouses and distribution centers in August. Christmas ain't until December. But if you're going to they pick Christmas items in May. Because they need a 90-day window to have it in distribution so that it can be sitting there. So when the time comes to be able to shift it out, they're not waiting for delivery. They already know where they're going to stock it at. They already know back what they're going to pull from the shelves and depreciate off their books and their balances. You can't be sitting there trying to figure out tomorrow, tonight. All right. If you're going to be rich, you got to have rich decisions. 25, next point.
The world will try to present you with many wrong ways to obtain wealth. But with the proper discipline, you can become wealthy in an honest manner. As a believer, you can become wealthy by adding discipline to your salvation.
26.
When you have a disciplined focus and make quality decisions, money will become an outward manifestation of your inward discipline.
Money will become what? Of a what? So you can tell a person that is disciplined because their outward manifestations echo their inner disciplines. If you're not on time, it echoes what happens inside of you. If you're not prepared, it echoes what's inside of you. If you're not projecting, it echoes what's inside of you. If you're not moving forward in the prosperous manner, doesn't mean that you've made the same amount every day, but you are making something every day. It tells about something that's happening in you. 26, continue.
A man that has riches builds his life as though it is a city by itself. By making quality decisions, he makes sure that his life is balanced with all the necessary resources, land, water, food, and provisions. He begins to think of himself not just as an individual, but as a strong city. He is blessed because he has the ability to multiply himself again and again, teaching others the principles he has learned.
Somebody say, I'm a mentor, of other millionaires. That's what you have to get yourself ready for. If you're going to build a company, you got to get other people to think the same way you do, expansively. 27, continue.
Too many of us spend money for instant gratification, and then after the new wears off, the possession has no more value. Not so with the rich.
Continue.
People who have money are wealthy because they see the long term. When you invest in something durable, you take that investment and pass it on to a place where it will reinvest.
Continue.
Learn also to make quality decisions about the people who are in your inner circle. Do not think those who have a poor attitude, a poor spirit, and a poor disposition are going to bless your life.
Y'all underline that, mark it, put asterisks by it. Did y'all get that? People that have a poor attitude, poor spirit, or poor disposition are not going to and will not bless your life. Continue.
Make sure that you are investing your money and not just spending it. Start learning how to manage your life in a disciplined manner.
Somebody say, manage it.
Manage it.
Page number 33. I got some good stuff for you right here.
The second reason that most people get in debt is that they emotionalize their spending.
Continue.
Beware of falling into the control of your emotions, because even if you have overcome debt and have started to create wealth, your emotions can put you back in the place of poverty.
I have to take a moment right there. And the reason why is because you want to be able to gain a place, and I'm going to talk about safeties. Somebody say safeties. You should have levels of reserves and safeties on you that will teach you how not to be emotional. And the reason why I say that is because if you've ever learned from when you had to have a need and you could not meet the need, it changes your emotions quick. Do you understand what I'm saying? And every area of expansion costs you. So you have to recognize that you have to be prepared to do whatever it takes to handle it. The first safety you should have is money on you that you do not touch, because it teaches you how to touch other money that you can't get to right away. All right? You all ready? Okay, this is what I'm... Somewhere on your person, in your purse, the rest of that, have some money, not little money. Have some money someplace that you don't touch it. It's there, and you manage it by not touching it. I'm helping you right now. I have on me some $100 bills that I do not touch. It is called safety. Are y'all with me? And when I don't touch it, it's because in another place where I carry some money, I have money that I leverage in terms of spending. I keep them in 3 different measures. I keep 5s, 1s, 5s, 10s, and 20s. And I keep 50s in there. Then I keep all the new bills. I don't mix old bills and new bills together. I'm very systematic. I'm on that. If a new bill comes out, here's the new 20s. New 20s. I do not mix the new 20s with the old. I keep them separate. So I have my 5s, 1s, 20s. I even have an old $2 bill. Thank the Lord for it. I might have to frame this one.